Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal Part 362 based on novel. So let's start. This stench was powerful and it lingered. As it surrounded the earth, it caused a large amount of the Dark Scorpion clan members to almost vomit. Zhong Big Red's cultivation was lacking and he didn't know Greed's identity, so he directly vomited. His vomiting caused Greed's expression to become extremely gloomy. He waved his sleeve and a large fan appeared. The fan glowed and swung forward. Thunderous rumbles echoed as the earth trembled and mountains collapsed. Even Wang Lin's cave collapsed. The Dark Scorpion clan members weren't able to withstand this wind and coughed out blood. They were mercilessly thrown back like lonely leaves in the wind. The Dark Scorpion patriarch struggled bitterly, but he couldn't help and was being slowly pushed back. The earth collapsed and the sky seemed to be torn. The old man named Zhong coughed out blood and went into a coma. He was thrown far away and not a trace of him could be seen. The might of the fan shocked all the cultivators here. Zhong Big Red was being held by a powerful force and was brought directly before Greed. The closer he got to Greed, the stronger the stench. Being assaulted by this stench made his expression extremely ugly. Greed stared at Zhong Big Red and slowly asked, "Stinky?" "Not stinky, not stinky." Zhong Big Red's mind trembled and he endured the stench. He was afraid this person wouldn't believe him, so he took a deep breath and pretended to be intoxicated by the spell. However, this was like drawing feet on snake, which caused him to vomit once more. Seeing the killing intent in Greed's eyes, Zhong Big Red struggled to scream, "My master's cultivation is heaven-defying. If you kill me, you will without a doubt die. Not even the Dark Scorpion Patriarch can withstand one blow from my master. Although your cultivation level is high, you're not his match." Greed sneered. At this moment of life and death, Zhong Big Red risked it all and roared, "Master must be on his way back and could be back at any time. If you dare to touch me, you will without a doubt die. The Dark Scorpion clan became my master's slaves because they injured me. You will be the same. His cultivation is heaven-defying. If you hadn't said anything, it would have been fine, but now this old man will have to see how powerful your master is. Since the slave offended this old man, the master is also at fault. Anyone who provokes my bottom line must die." Greed waved his right hand and a surge of origin energy entered Zhong Big Red's body. Zhong Big Red coughed out blood as if his whole body was going to collapse, then he fell not far away. "If you guys were part of the Dark Scorpion clan, then it would really be inconvenient to kill you both, but since that's not the case, I really want to see how your master will kill me." Greed waved his sleeve and a huge gust of wind swept all the Dark Scorpion clan members off the planet. After doing this, Greed waved his sleeve and he arrogantly said to the Cloud Escape clan, "All of you, accompany this old man to wait for this slave's master. I'll let you all see the might of my treasures. To see this old man use his treasures in your lifetime is your great fortune. This old man's treasures are powerful and few people can compare. Seeing this old man kill a Heaven's Blight cultivator is something you all will never forget." Greed's voice was extremely arrogant. He waved his hand and 9 ancient, stone tablets appeared before him, causing the sky to change colors. He waved again and 99 swords appeared, giving off monstrous sword energy. With another wave, he seemed to sprinkle green light. When the green light fell on the earth, the ground began to shake and a dense forest formed. All of this caused the Cloud Escape clan members to become excited. They had always dreamt about seeing Greed use his treasures. Lord Greed's treasures are famous in the Fallen Land. We are honored to see them in action and might comprehend something from them. Rumor has it that Lord Greed's treasures can kill Heaven's Blight cultivators. This kind of things has never happened before, and I don't know what kind of treasures have earth-shattering power like this. Today I can finally see it myself. Lord Greed has many treasures, and no one knows how many he has. To be able to personally witness it them indeed a good fortune." The surrounding Cloud Escape clan cultivators were all excited and nodded in agreement. Zhong Big Red stared at the sky, feeling terrified. He didn't know Greed's identity, but when he saw the surrounding cultivators, his heart fell. Greed had an arrogant expression as he waved his right hand and a roar came from the forest below him. It was as if the entire forest had become alive and twisted. What appeared before everyone made them gasp. The large forest suddenly sat up. What forest was this? It was clearly a large creature formed by trees. Large trees gathered to form a giant tree man who slowly stood up. This tree man was tens of thousands of feet tall and gave off a powerful aura. As it stood up, it caused the earth to tremble violently. Greed's body flickered and then he stood on the head of the tree man. His expression became even more arrogant. Then a thunderous rumble echoed before him and a large rift appeared. A giant furnace slowly flew out and floated beside him. Emperor Furnace. This is one of the rumored treasures of Greed, the Emperor Furnace. I heard that when Greed was still at the Nirvana cleanser stage, he used this treasure against the 3 Nirvana Shatterer cultivators that were pursuing him. He killed one and seriously injured 2. Greed waved his right hand once more and black fog appeared. It eventually shrank into a lance. This lance was made of fog and gave off a powerful, destructive aura. The appearance of all these treasures shook all the surrounding cultivators, and they couldn't help but look at Greed in awe. Even Zhong Big Red began to panic and felt bitterness in his heart. Greed enjoyed these gazes a lot. When he received these gazes, he could forget the stench on his body and the humiliation he had suffered from Wang Lin. These are only a few of this old man's many treasures. I haven't even taken out my more powerful treasures yet. This old man has many treasures, not even third-step cultivators can compare. You're all privileged to see just how long that Heaven's Blight cultivator can survive before me. Greed's mighty voice echoed and the surrounding cultivators became even more excited. Zhong Big Red's expression became pale and he thought, "It's over. It's over. I didn't expect him to have so many treasures, and they all look so powerful." From the expressions of the people around him, he has killed Heaven's Blight cultivators before and is very famous in the Fallen Land. It's over. It's over. Just at this moment, the tree man under Greed suddenly looked up and its eyes revealed a monstrous, green light. Greed was filled with arrogance as he looked up at the sky. The treasures surrounding him rumbled loudly and showed signs of activating. The surrounding cultivators all looked up excitedly at the sky. They were waiting to see the might of Greed's treasures. Ripples appeared in the sky. This became the center of everyone's gazes, then a figure slowly appeared. This figure was slightly blurry, but a feeling of indifference filled the world. Greed's expression was extremely arrogant, but when he saw the vague figure, his body trembled and his pupils shrank. His mind rumbled as his mouth opened wide and disbelief filled his eyes. He subconsciously rubbed his eyes to take a closer look, and this caused his expression to change greatly. He could never have guessed even in his dreams to see the source of his fear. The person that had stolen his treasures and become his nightmare, Wang Lin. This is impossible. My vision must have become blurry. Greed's heart rumbled and his body was covered in cold sweat as a huge wave was set off in his heart. His entire body was shaking, and when the figure became more clear, Greed took another look. An explosion echoed in his mind as his eyes widened and overflowed with disbelief. His nightmares erupted in his mind. The ancient thunder dragon being stolen, the furnace being stolen, the mountain and river painting being stolen, the mountain soul being stolen. All the memories of his treasures being stolen filled his heart before fear and shock submerged it all. It's him. How could he be here? It's impossible, it's impossible. He was in the inner realm, so how could he be out here? Nemesis, he is my nemesis. He must know that I have a new set of treasures and came to steal from me. All of this happened in a flash. The moment the figure walked out, everyone was excitedly looking at Greed, expecting him to take out a treasure to instantly kill this person. Greed let out a scream. It was mournful and earth-shattering. He didn't hesitate to retreat and activate a spell to increase his speed over 90-fold. He moved at a speed faster than the naked eye could see or divine sense could lock on as he escaped. The speed of his escape was unimaginable, like a startled bird. He didn't even have time to collect the treasures he had taken out. This was too sudden, and all the cultivators, including Big Red, were all stunned. What kind of spell is Lord Greed using? He sure is fast. He disappeared in a flash. Could it be some setup before taking out some powerful treasure? His scream just now, it's as if something went wrong. As if he had encountered something terrifying. Why do I feel like Lord Greed is escaping? Greed. Greed. Wang Lin's figure walked out from the world, and he was also startled. Wang Lin never thought he would see Greed in the ancient star system. In his memory, Greed should have died to the Moongazer serpent. The moment Wang Lin saw Greed, even with his mental fortitude, he was stunned for a moment. When he looked again, Greed had already escaped without a trace, leaving behind 1,000 dumbfounded cultivators. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. It was impossible for Greed to break through the sealed realm formation with his cultivation level, yet he was here now. Greed's speed was also extremely quick, which even startled Wang Lin. In the blink of an eye, he had already escaped from the planet and didn't even have time to put away his treasures. The giant tree man formed by the forest just stood there. After losing Greed's control, it no longer had any destructive power. Beside the giant tree man, there was also a giant furnace. It gave off an ancient aura. One could feel its terrifying aura without even getting too close. On the other side there was also a lance made of fog. It hadn't completely taken form, it was turning from lance to fog and then lance again. It would often change at least 100 times in one breath. There were still 9 giant, stone tablets that seemed to form a formation. They gave off a ghostly light and seemed to form a powerful protection. There were also 99 flying swords circling the area. The howls of their sword energy made it seem like countless dragons were circling the area. Wang Lin's gaze swept past all these treasures. He took a deep breath and his pupils shrank. This Greed. I haven't seen him in many years, and he has gotten so many incredible treasures. Wang Lin didn't even look at the 1,000 cultivators before his hand mercilessly reached down. A giant hand covered the sky and descended. The 99 swords began to tremble. It was as if the hand contained a powerful, magnetic force, and it absorbed the 99 sword. After grabbing the 99 swords, Wang Lin opened his mouth and spat out a mouthful of essence origin energy. The energy swept over the 99 swords like wind and Greed's divine sense imprints quickly collapsed. While Greed's divine sense was being wiped away from the 99 swords, far away from the cultivation planet, Greed was escaping with a look of panic on his face, and he was in a sorry state. When he saw Wang Lin, there was no thought in his mind, he didn't even think about escaping. His subconscious fear of Wang Lin erupted and he immediately escaped at full force. He feared that if he was too slow that all his treasures would be taken one by Wang Lin. All of this happened in an instant. After he escaped, he suddenly became sober. He stopped, and his expression was filled with uncertainty. This old man is now several times stronger than before. My treasures are also even stronger than before, and I can fight Heaven's Blight cultivators. That Wang Lin is merely a junior, but why did I run? Greed clenched his teeth and recalled what had happened. Anger grew in his heart. He wasn't angry at Wang Lin, but at himself. This old man is no longer going to run, I'm going to kill Wang Lin and get my revenge. Killing intent appeared in Greed's eyes and he turned around, about to head back. However, just at this moment, his expression changed greatly. His body trembled and his pupils shrank. The divine sense on the 99 swords has been erased by force. Damn it, what cultivation level is Wang Lin at to be able to erase my divine sense by force? Greed paused, his expression as gloomy as water. He once again recalled the nightmares from the past. Thoughts flashed through his eyes and he charged toward Wang Lin. However, he only took 3 steps before he stopped, his face turned pale, and he became filled with shock. The bone protection 9 tablets divine sense has been erased by force. I found the tablets outside that mysterious tomb, and they hadn't had divine sense imprinted on them for tens of thousands of years. My divine sense was completely integrated, so no ordinary person could easily erase it. How did he erase my divine sense in such a short period of time? Greed began to hesitate. He had a feeling that Wang Lin's cultivation was not simple. I hate myself for escaping too soon. I didn't have time to check Wang Lin's cultivation level. However, even if he took the stone tablets and flying swords, I still have the Emperor Furnace, the fog devil lance, and the heaven burial wood spirit. He can't take them away in a short period of time. Greed had a ferocious expression as he flew along the path he came from. However, after only 3 breaths of time, a popping sound echoed in Greed's body. He coughed out blood, his face turned pale, and his expression changed greatly. The fog devil lance has been taken. Greed was terrified and fear washed over his mind. At this moment, he no longer had any thoughts of looking for trouble with Wang Lin. The thought of escaping occupied his mind once more. Without hesitation, Greed turned around and escaped into the distance at more than 90 times his normal speed. Nemesis, nemesis. That damn Wang Lin is my nemesis. Greed's words were filled with bitterness, a powerful reluctance, and anger, but even more was a sense of being wronged. He had escaped the Moongazer after almost certain death and had found great opportunities. He had obtained more powerful treasures and thought he could shake the world. However, before he got to enjoy this good life, he encountered Wang Lin again. Greed felt sadness coming from his heart and let out a roar as he escaped. After several breaths, Greed's body trembled and he roared and he coughed out blood again. His body was unstable as he quickly escaped. Damn nemesis. He even stole my Emperor Furnace. My Emperor Furnace. Greed's heart stung. It was as if a hand had reached into his chest and taken a chunk of his flesh. I shouldn't have taken out so many treasures before the Cloud Escape clan. If I had only taken out one or none at all. Greed regretted what he had done as he escaped with a pale expression. He escaped very fast and soon he was far away from the planet Wang Lin was on. He flew deep into the fallen land. On the Dark Scorpion clan's planet, Wang Lin's giant hand swept by. After taking the 9 stone tablets, the fog lance, and the large furnace, his gaze fell on the giant treeman on the ground. The treasures Greed had are far more powerful than before. Just these 99 words are far stronger than the ones from the Slaughter realm. Also, these 9 tablets are made of bones and contain a powerful aura. More importantly, the fog lance has the aura of an ancient devil. Its aura is extremely ancient. It has probably existed for tens of thousands of years, or even more. As for the furnace, this object is not simple at all. The method Greed imprinted his divine sense on it is completely wrong. Just like with the ancient god furnace, he merely controlled some surface functions. This thing has great relation to the ancient demons. Although it has no demonic energy, I can vaguely feel that it's related to ancient demons. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he controlled the giant hand to reach for the dumbfounded treeman that was just standing there. When Wang Lin's hand landed on the treeman, a rumble echoed, but the treeman remained unharmed. Instead, the hand Wang Lin had created was knocked back and a green energy came from the treeman. Under its impact, the hand formed by Wang Lin was torn to pieces. There was a flash of joy in Wang Lin's eyes. He didn't expect the treeman to have such a protective ability. That palm just now was enough to kill a Nirvana Shatterer cultivator, but not only was the treeman not damaged, it had even counterattack. It has to be said that there was no one controlling the treasures. If someone was controlling them, the power of the treasures would increase. Most of my treasures came from Greed. Greed is extremely lucky and is blessed by the heavens. His treasures are enough to shock most cultivators. Wang Lin spat out a mouthful of essence origin energy, and it surrounded the treeman. Then Wang Lin waved his sleeve and put the treeman into his storage space. After doing all of this, he looked at the 1,000 cultivators that were shocked and terrified by his actions. He let out a cold snort and raised his right hand, revealing a jade token. Any of you recognize this? One of the old men who saw the jade immediately trembled and disbelief filled his eyes. He took a closer look before his face turned ashen, and he exclaimed, "Emperor token. Before I come back, not a single one of you can leave. All of you, wait here." Wang Lin's cold voice echoed as he pointed at the excited Zhong Big Red not far away and said, "Follow his orders." After leaving his order, Wang Lin charged into the sky. Ripples appeared, then he took a step and disappeared without a trace. In the space of the fallen land, Greed was running like crazy, cursing non-stop on the way. This was the only way to make himself feel better. Otherwise, thinking about how his treasures were going to be taken by the same person again, he would go crazy. While he was galloping, Ripples echoed before Greed. When he saw the ripple, his expression changed greatly and he changed directions without hesitation. Then his hand reached out and a yellow leaf the size of his palm appeared. The moment the leaf appeared, Greed grabbed it and threw it at the ripples. One leaf seals the heavens. This yellow leaf looked very ordinary, without anything strange about it. However, the moment it flew close to the ripples, a powerful, yellow light came from it along with a powerful sealing force. In an instant, the yellow leaf seemed to increase in size countless fold and sealed off the ripples. No matter how much the ripples struggled, they couldn't escape the range of the leaf. After Greed threw out the leaf, he didn't dare to look at the result. As he charged forward, there was a flash of purple light and 2 clouds of purple fog formed at his feet. The fog churned, and vague, mournful cries could be heard. They formed 2 giant, purple shadows, each with the appearance of an ancient devil. Standing on 2 devils, Greed moved even faster and disappeared without a trace. Just as he disappeared, Wang Lin walked out from the ripples that were sealed by the leaf. His expression was gloomy, and after he appeared, he threw a punch that collided with the leaf. This created a thunderous, heaven-shaking rumble, but the leaf didn't move at all. A rebound force came from it toward Wang Lin. What kind of leaf is this? Wang Lin's pupils shrank and he didn't resist it by force. Instead, he used spatial bending to go around the leaf and continue chasing Greed. After Wang Lin left, the ripples gradually disappeared. The leaf gave off a yellow glow and also disappeared. Greed was rapidly escaping in space while the 2 devilish shadows roared angrily. As he flew, his eyes lit up and he suddenly waved his right hand. The leaf he had thrown out earlier appeared before him. Looking at the leaf, Greed revealed a hint of pride. This old man's leaf can seal the heavens. Even a 5th heaven's blight cultivator would have some trouble breaking free from it. I doubt Wang Lin has reached the 5th heaven's blight. Greed withdrew the leaf and quickly charged into the distance. After a moment, he sneered and waved his hand. The leaf charged into the void before him. The moment the leaf stopped, ripples echoed once more. Greed had used some unknown method to find out when Wang Lin would arrive and his exact location. This old man's escape spells are the most powerful, and few people can compare. If not for these escape skills, I would have been killed several times already with my own treasures. Greed let out a cold snort and quickly escaped. However, just at this instant, a ray of bloodlight appeared in the distance. At a glance, the bloodlight was in the distance, but the next instant, it filled the endless void. The bloodlight instantly closed in. Greed's expression changed greatly and he didn't have time to dodge. He only saw the bloodlight rush over. This scene was shocking. The bloodlight looked like a big mouth, and it instantly closed in on Greed to devour him. As the bloodlight passed through Greed, popping sounds echoed and the sound of 2 pieces of metal colliding spread like crazy. A mournful cry echoed, and after the bloodlight passed, Greed was thrown far back. He coughed out a large mouthful of blood and his face was pale. Under his clothes, there was a flash of light. He was unexpectedly wearing armor under his clothes. At this moment, a large amount of cracks appeared on his armor and quickly spread. The blood sword was knocked back several hundred feet. After Greed was thrown back, the 2 devilish shadows under his feet turned into black gas and surrounded his body. They formed a black storm around him and rapidly escaped. All of this happened in a flash. As Greed escaped with the black storm, Wang Lin walked out from the area the leaf was sealing. Without hesitation, Wang Lin grabbed the leaf with his hand. Greed, who was seriously injured, could obviously no longer control the leaf. After Wang Lin caught the leaf, he placed a large amount of restrictions on it. He had no time to study it now, so he threw it into his storage space. When he raised his head, Greed had already disappeared without a trace. Wang Lin's expression was cold, but there was a hint of excitement within it. Interesting. Greed does indeed have a lot of treasures. Every time I meet him, I obtain a lot of treasures from him. Last time, he lost almost all his treasures to me, and I thought he had died. I didn't expect to see him again, and he has even more treasures now. I understand his personality a bit. Unless he is pushed to the limit, he rarely takes out all his treasures like he did on the cultivation planet. He usually only takes them out one by one. He also has a lot of secrets. Forget how he got all these treasures, just the method he used to enter the ancient star system is something I must know. Wang Lin leaned forward and suddenly disappeared. Two people flew through space, one escaping and one chasing, causing a thunderous rumble across the fallen land. This caught the attention of the fallen land, but after they saw the speed the two people were traveling at, they decided to just ignore these two. To be able to move at such speeds meant that their cultivation levels were extremely high. While escaping, Greed cursed bitterly. Wang Lin was easily keeping up with him and he had no way of shaking Wang Lin off. Greed had more or less seen through Wang Lin's cultivation and knew he couldn't fight. However, he didn't wish to be caught. While rushing away, Greed's expression changed and he felt a fluctuation to the right. He changed directions and clenched his teeth. His right hand reached out and a black, jade bottle appeared in his hand. This jade bottle was cold and gave off powerful devilish energy. There were also images carved on the bottle. They were all images of ancient devils. Greed spat out blood on the jade bottle and roared, "Lend me 300 devil souls, and after killing this person, I'll offer the souls of 30,000 creatures." Just as his blood touched the jade bottle, the blood was absorbed. At the same time, two thorns stuck out from where Greed was holding the bottle. The two thorns stabbed into Greed's body and began absorbing large amounts of blood. All of this happened in an instant. After the bottle absorbed enough blood, the bottle released a satisfying sigh. At the same time, a large amount of black fog came out from the jade bottle. The jade bottle was like a volcano that was ready to erupt. The black fog quickly flew out and turned into ferocious devil souls. Each of these devil souls had a single horn. They were obviously ancient devils. These ancient devils' eyes were filled with endless madness and resentment, as if they were experiencing unimaginable suffering. They let out angry cries the moment they appeared. Mournful cries came from these devils. It was heaven shaking. In the blink of an eye, 300 devil souls flew out and surrounded Greed. Every single devil soul gave off the aura of a first heaven's blight cultivator. They rotated around Greed, forming a heaven-shaking devil storm. Devilish energy filled the area. The storm howled as it charged through space. At this moment, ripples appeared, and before Wang Lin's figure even walked out, the storm charged at him. Wang Lin's eyes revealed a strange light. He immediately recognized the ancient devils inside the storm. These ancient devils were extremely similar to Ta Jiao. The only difference was that these ancient devils' left eyes didn't have stars. Instead, there was a cloudy airflow in them, and when Wang Lin saw this, the ancient god stars between his eyebrows began to rotate on their own. Ancient god aura. Wang Lin's expression suddenly changed. He clearly sensed that the cloudy airflow inside the eyes of the ancient devil souls were formed by ancient god energy. These 300 ancient devils were sealed by a powerful ancient god. In a flash, Wang Lin's mind was clear. As the storm closed in, popping sounds echoed inside Wang Lin's body and he let out a roar. Roar. This wasn't a roar formed by a spell, but the roar of an ancient god. The stars between Wang Lin's eyebrow rotated rapidly, sending ancient god energy to his body and creating this heaven-shattering roar. The storm was stopped by the power of the roar. It unexpectedly stopped and didn't dare to move forward. The 300 ancient devil souls were filled with indescribable fear when they felt the ancient god aura within the roar. They recalled the past hidden in their memories, and the storm collapsed on its own. The 300 ancient devil souls scattered in all directions. All of this happened too fast, so fast that Greed couldn't react at all. He couldn't understand why his treasure had collapsed with just a roar. "I finally know where you found these treasures. I didn't think you would be able to get there." Wang Lin's eyes were filled with ecstasy as he stepped toward Greed. This video will end here.